Just in, a new announcement out of Social Security on your monthly benefits. This is an important announcement that was just released moments ago, and I have all the details for you right here in this video, so let's get right into it. Alright, now this is a very important announcement that was just released a short time ago from the Social Security Administration as it pertains to your monthly benefits for those of you receiving Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, and survivor's benefits. I do want to talk you through all the details about this because many of us right here in this community have been wondering for a very long time now, is there going to be a raise to Social Security benefits? Are they going to reform the Social Security program? And at some point in the future, do we need to be concerned about our benefits actually decreasing with everything going on? Well, this announcement and this report will sum up a lot of the questions and answers that many of us are wondering right here, right now. So let's get into it and discuss all those details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video. I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am very much dedicated to you and this community to continue doing all the research, watching everything closely, and breaking it down into these short videos, which I deliver a few times each and every day. I'm watching everything closely as it pertains to Social Security, all of these fixed income benefits, money, programs, checks, stimulus, and so much else that is going on right here, right now during this very, very busy time. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos going forward during this very busy time, and I'll continue to be here for you right by your side, breaking it down and helping you out in any way that I possibly can. All right, thanks again. Let's get into this and talk about this new announcement that just came out a little while ago. All right, so this report is actually coming out of the Social Security Board of Trustees and their annual report on the financial status of Social Security. So I think all of that can kind of sum it up a little bit to give you a better glimpse into the importance behind the report that was just released. So let me tell you the details about this. Now, this is basically giving us an idea of how much money does Social Security have right now, right? So we certainly want to keep an eye on this because this is basically what's going to indicate how much benefits will continue going out, as well as do we need to worry about benefits actually being decreased at some point in the future, right? So let me talk you through the details about this. So they break it down into a couple different trust funds, the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, as well as the Disability Insurance Trust Fund. Here's what they're finding as a result of this report, and things have changed since last year, which is actually in a good way, which is also kind of surprising as well, because generally things don't really go this direction, but in this sense, things are actually improving. So let me tell you the details about this. Now, they actually found that the Social Security Trust Fund, as in the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, will be completely depleted, in other words, insolvent in 2035. So this is actually pushed out 1 year from the previous report that they came out with last year. So we actually gained a year. As of the report last year, they found that the trust fund would be insolvent by 2034. So we gained a year. That's good, right? That's a really, really good thing going forward. So that's awesome. At the same time, they're projecting as well that when the trust fund actually depletes, they'll be able to pay out 80% of promised benefits rather than the 77% of benefits that they said last year in the report. Again, another good thing. Because as of last year, this same Board of Trustees that came out with this report actually announced that that the benefits would actually be reduced at the time of insolvency down to 77%. Well, now they're saying they can pay out in when the trust fund is insolvent in 2035. Then benefits will be reduced by 20% down to 80%. Right? So we actually essentially gained a year and gained essentially like 3% more on our benefits in the event of insolvency. So does that kind of make sense? It's either way, it's a good thing, right? This is pretty good stuff. So now that's talking about the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, which, by the way, they also mentioned as of now, they have $2.852 trillion in the trust fund. Yeah, $2.852 trillion in the trust fund. It's a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money that they have available. Anyway, just want to throw that out there for you. Next, let's come down to it and talk about the Disability Insurance Trust Fund. Yes, there are two separate trust funds here. Now, this one, according to their 75-year projections, is not going to be insolvent at any time. So If you're an SSDI beneficiary, you got nothing to worry about at all, right? There's no worry, no concern about insolvency with the SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance Trust Fund. Nice, right? That's pretty good. So that's pretty cool stuff. But anyway, even when it comes down to the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, even at this one being insolvent in, say, 13 years from right now, again, it's probably not going to happen because here's what they did. In their report, they're also calling on Congress that now is the time to act to reform this and ultimately make these changes now so that they can slowly implement the changes that are necessary to make sure that this program remains solvent for many, many more decades to come into the future. So essentially, they're calling on Congress, hey, Congress, do something, right? That's what they're basically calling on Congress to do. Do something about this because in 13 or so years from now, we could be looking at an insolvency issue going forward if nothing is done now. And again, they want to say so that all of these changes can be implemented immediately, and that it's very small incremental changes to make sure that there are no insolvency issues going forward in about 13 or so years from right now. So again, pretty encouraging stuff. Now, one more thing I want to throw out there as well. I know that there's a lot of you here in the community that receive SSI benefits, supplemental security income. You don't need to worry about any of this at all. The SSI benefits do not come out of the trust fund. So if you're an SSI beneficiary, this doesn't pertain to you. You don't have to worry about this one bit at all. The SSI benefits are paid out of the federal general fund. In other words, the general fund is it's not a trust fund, okay? It basically just gets like extra federal tax dollars into it, okay? So there's nothing to worry about there. That is basically like a big pot of money that's never going to really empty, okay? It's always going to be full of money. So if you're an SSI beneficiary, don't worry about it. You've got nothing to worry about here when it comes down to the trust fund. So anyway, this is a report that was released today. This is some pretty good stuff. I mean, this is interesting because this is a report that's released only once per year. And what we're finding is that the trust fund is actually a little bit more healthy than what it was as of last year with this same report that came out. We've pushed it out another year, and we've actually made sure that these benefits are payable at 80% versus 77%. Let me give you one quick example just so that we're all on the same page here and so that you understand what this actually means. As of today, let's just say, for example, right here, right now, today, you're receiving a $1,000 benefit. In the event that the trust funds are, depleted, empty, and they can only pay out 80% of the promised benefits, and it goes down to 80%, basically just put it into this perspective. If you're receiving $1,000 today, in the event of insolvency today at the same time, and if they can only pay out 80%, essentially what would happen is your benefit would be reduced from $1,000 down to $800. So it'd be a $200 reduction per month, not per year, per month. So that's what would happen. So the benefits would not disappear, but rather they would just be reduced by about 20% in accordance with this report right here, right now. So I don't know. I thought it to be a very interesting report, and it's ultimately moving in the right direction here. This is good stuff. So anyway, I know that a lot of you here in the community do receive Social Security benefits, whether it's retirement or SSDI or survivors, anything like this, even SSI. We're good to go. This is from some pretty encouraging information. And again, this is just a year over year kind of comparison here as far as this report based on the one that came out last year. So as I do get more information, of course, I'll be right back here for you, laying it all out. But anyway, this is some pretty good stuff. I'm excited about this, and it's nice to hear that we're kind of moving in the right direction here. Now, if we could just lock in some raises to benefits, that'd be pretty nice too. One more thing as well, we have to throw this out there. In the event that a massive potential historic cost of living adjustment comes in for 2023, that might actually skew these numbers a little bit as well, because if that cost of living adjustment does come in massive, 8.5%, 9%, something even more than that, that's going to raise benefits by a lot going forward. Which, by the way, reminds me of this. Within this report as well, they also mentioned that the trust funds were actually brought down by $56 billion just from last year into this year. So the trust funds had $56 billion more last year when they did the same report versus what they have right now. So $56 billion, it's a lot of money, right? But anyway, they're still sitting on a huge treasure chest, which is $2.852 trillion. So they're doing just fine. They've got plenty of money for a very long time now. Anyway, hope this report helps you out. Again, this was just released a short time ago. As I get more information, Of course, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it all down, helping you out in any way that I possibly can. Please make sure to subscribe down below. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, especially anybody else out there that you know who may be receiving Social Security benefits of any kind that I mentioned throughout this video. And of course, go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel so I can continue to help you out, keeping you updated, and just so you can see more of me, right? Yeah, just what everybody wants. No, seriously, it's such an amazing community here. There's so many great people here. I love reading your comments down below. So many nice people here. I just really, really appreciate you, and I truly want to do whatever I can to help you out. So again, please enjoy your day. Until next time, stay safe, have a nice afternoon, and I'll catch you again